New Style, New Vibe, Part 3. And you ready to go into the games?
Hey, give it to me.
And we can just start with the MVP of this year.
Who, Chris Paul? Yeah.
No, the Suns didn't play. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, Embiid.
And you see, you just being disrespectful now. Now you're just being disrespectful. Now you're just being disrespectful.
Now I'm playing. Yes. Yeah. The kid from Colorado. The big
from Colorado, but plays in Colorado. Yeah. Nikola Jokic. Yeah. I think it's a very tight race for the MVP.
Yeah.
But I think he's gonna win in the end. What he's been doing this year, a non-traditional big man who's been dominating the game in this way, pass first center. Almost imagine. I was gonna compare these two, but then the more I think about it, the less it's hard. It's more than hard. The more hard it is to compare. But imagine if LeBron was a center without the muscle, or without the muscular muscle, because Jokic is strong.
Yeah.
With the play style of Arvidas, which I guess I don't really even have to make that comparison because I just could have said, imagine Arvidas.
Exactly.
So imagine Arvidas Sabonis. That is what Nikola Jokic is.
Mm-hmm.
Arvidas Sabonis in his prime. Probably a better passer than he is too.
Yeah. Probably more of a flasher passer too.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, you can't deny it. I feel like yes, it's a tight race, and I think it's still debatable between him because I don't know if he even though he hasn't done much. Well, I'm not even gonna say that because the Sixers been blowing out the teams that they played as of recently, but I wouldn't surrender it yet. I think Joel Embiid is still making his case throughout these last games of the season.
That's true. But if they played the same amount of games, I would have had Embiid, like 100%. The reason where it gets kind of tricky is because Embiid missed like 18 games this year in a 72 game season.
Yeah, that is true, and also situations really too, because Jokic is basically putting that team on his back.
And Jokic is doing what he's doing in the Western Conference. And
Mm-hmm.
Sixers still was able to hold up when Embiid went out.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see why you can make the case of why Nikola Jokic is the front runner for MVP. But I'm just saying I wouldn't surrender it yet. But yes, man, the dude is so skilled in ways that you wouldn't expect, and he could make history. He could be if he does win MVP, or if Embiid, it could go between him or Embiid. They could be the first center since Shaq to win the MVP in a long time. So let's see, but yeah, he divides this game. He now obviously he was doing it in the scoring category, in the passing category, but when we talk about the passes specifically, we gotta talk about the decision making, the IQ, the plays, the ability to read and react on the floor for everything things to go so well and so smoothly, as you can see, because and that's we're gonna get to this person a little bit more on the other side of on the other team, but that little small dude that him and DeMarcus Cousins had within that fourth quarter and stuff like that, you could clearly see the decision making came out with Jokic, especially that big shot to find Campazzo within the corner, in which he got double teamed, and he knew that Rondo was there because Rondo stole the ball from him just like a couple of plays before. Like, so he knows Rondo's there. He basically felt Rondo. He knows DeMarcus Cousins that he saw. He obviously could tell. Obviously, if there's another player on me, I'm getting double teamed. There's obviously got to be somebody open, and hopefully it's a shooter. And look who he found.
Yeah, when I think of Jokic, it gives me hope that sometimes I have doubts, but when I see Jokic, it gives me hope that Larry Bird can play in today's game.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why I doubted that is because Larry Bird was so slow. He was slow and unathletic. And these guys now, and even back then, he played in the slow. He was slow and unathletic, and everybody else was athletic, more athletic around him,
Yeah,
and he was still able to dominate. Now that's like times three. But yet Jokic, when I see Jokic, he has so much skill and his IQ is off the charts that you can be a little bit unathletic and be a little bit slow. But when you have that skill level, like it's hard for anybody to stop you when you that skilled.
yeah, and I heard Kevin McHale say one time on open court, tall skill beats small skill every time. You know what I mean. When you're tall and you're that skilled, look, let me tell you something. You could put in front of me any um athletically gifted person in terms of the game of basketball all you want. Like he meets all the physical tools. If the skill set is not there or your skill set doesn't match well the fit and standards, because they always talk about when it comes to the different levels of professions such as high school, college, NBA, all of them are different. There's a difference between college talent and NBA talent.
Mm,
If you don't fit the criteria, the aspects of being skilled enough to survive in the NBA, then are you really worthy enough, right? Like, and we talk about it, the best players in the world are usually the most skilled. Not even usually, are the most skilled. If you want to go about it, LeBron, KD, um,
Curry.
Curry, Kyrie, Dame, Devin Booker, all these guys, Chris Paul, all these guys are the most skilled players who are deep in their bag when it comes to certain aspects of the game. And Jokic fits right in there for sure. Sure, a dude who's 7 feet, can't move, he's not the fastest. He can't move quick. Like, his foot speed is not amazing, but yet again, developing other aspects that don't need having the mental aspect, and like, just constantly being able to outsmart your guy, I think your guy, being fundamentally sound. And
Hmm.
Tim Duncan is a prime example of that. Tim Duncan basically is like basically outside of the players from the 60s, he's basically the prime example of that. Like, you could be fundamentally sound and to dominate the game.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good comparison. Jokic and Tim Duncan, like, but still, I think because Jokic has to go more up against more athletic guys than
Mhm.
Duncan did.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you can make the case because evolution happens, and obviously the younger generation is supposed to be more
But
athletic than the
but
older.
to be fair to Duncan, no matter who Jokic goes up to, it will never be as good as Shaq. So I guess in that terms, Duncan got it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jokic is just a beast. He's just a
Mhm.
beast, and he showed it again last night. And he came up big for them on the scoring department,
Yes.
making plays late down the stretch. We mentioned Cavazo. Also, got to give some love to Michael Porter Jr., who's been having a great year. He's really having a great year, and he's even stepped up even more once Jamal Murray went down too.
Yeah. Yes, he did.
So yeah, um, and the Clippers, they got back Kawhi, even though he didn't really play that much, or not play that much, but he didn't.
Show us
Um,
right.
yes, I guess it would take him a little minute, to get
Mhm.
back to his form. But yeah, right now, let me just checking the standings after that win. Yeah, as I thought, the Nuggets are the third seed with that win.
Yeah, they surpassed them because of the season series. They won the season series with this win. They basically got the season series, and as a result, now they over them. The Clippers had an opportunity to clinch the playoff spot if they won this game, but unfortunately, things did not go their way. And now, as a result, they gotta hope they could clinch it another game. You
Yeah.
know,
Um. So right now, well, we'll get into the possible matchup later because the fifth seed also changed for now. Oh, it's getting crazy. It really is getting crazy.
hey, all I gotta say is, I'm sorry, I'm going to just say it now. Blazers playing game. Blazers playing in game. That's it. That's all I'm gonna say.
Bradley should hit the shot. But anyway, we'll get into that a little bit later. Not that it's his fault. I'm just saying that.
Yeah,
Damn, I thought he was gonna make it.
I need to.
We'll get into that later. Uh, let's talk about another possible MVP candidate who's been balling out, who's owned the month of April, absolutely owned the month of April, and it's a good start to May. Is a great start to May.
Is
Uh, that Warriors Rockets game, it was good, and the third quarter hit. Stephen Curry went MVP assassin mode and just started to torch them. Torch
man,
like a flamethrower.
man, the joy in buckets just never runs out for this guy. Like, you know what I mean? The baby now facial hair assassin. Like, like, you know what I mean? He, oh man, like, joy in buckets for him. Joy in buckets, babyface assassin, Chef Curry. You could call him whatever you want. He's
Mm-hmm.
deadly. He's deadly. You know what he is, and of course his luck. You know, is always gonna be luck, but he's deadly. He's deadly. You know what I mean? The luckiest man in the world, and
This
it
man,
comes to having that shot.
this man will always find a way to like just downplay somebody when they're doing great. I'm really surprised you didn't say anything about Jokic.
I was
Wow,
joking.
maybe you're not racist.
I, how could I be racist, man?
Oh yeah. Well, no, Curry. I'm not talking about Curry's luck. But Curry, what he's been doing this season, and it's just unfortunate because if the Warriors as a team would have been playing better, and maybe if the injuries between Draymond early in the year, between Curry here and there,
Yeah.
and Wiseman, of course, then they possibly could have got a higher seed, and Curry might have had more respect, or more of a respectable case for that MVP.
Yeah.
But you can't be an MVP playing the playing tournament.
No, you cannot. And just like what you said, if things just went the right way instead of the wrong way, the things we knew that the Golden State weren't going to come back the Golden State of old. Obviously, that's impossible. That will never happen again. Like what? That will never happen again. But you expected them to, because with Curry and if he never got injured, Clay, you know for a fact that it will be higher than the 10th seed, way higher than the 10th seed.
I haven't thought about Clay this entire season.
I know, right?
Poor Clay.
But, but we got to talk about
Poor
it.
guy.
But yeah, we got to talk about it though. Like no Clay, like Curry handling the offense mostly by himself.
Mm.
It takes a toll. You got to they're in the 10th spot for a reason. Thing like you keep. It's just like it's hard because it's like he's not as great as he is. He's not a LeBron. He's not built enough to try to will your team all the way to a top seed by himself.
You're only 6 foot. You're only 6'3".
Exactly. And
What could we say about AI? Yeah, lucky you're not 6'6".
exactly. You're lucky AI is not 6'6", and you're lucky Curry's not 6'9". Because let me tell you something, 6'9" with that jump shot, now that's scary. Now that's scary. And with those handles, now that's scary. But
I can't even. Actually, I was gonna say I can't even like fathom that. But then I said, never mind. KD, we see KD.
yeah, exactly.
It would just be KD with being a better shooter. Imagine, imagine better. Like KD's not even a bad shooter. He's a great shooter. Now imagine Curry at that height, an even greater shooter. It would
2K
be
character.
ridiculous.
2K character. I swear to God, 2K character. But yeah, it's just like he's only 6'3", and even though he's the toughest of the toughest, I don't see him being that guy, being that number one guy who by himself could carry a team to a high seed, especially in the Western Conference. It's just, and I'm not disrespecting him or shading him in any kind of way. I just don't see that. I just don't see that, and it's tough. But you got to deal with the cards you were dealt with in the NBA, right? So he's just doing the best he can.
We'll see if he can carry them. We'll see. He most likely get in the playing tournament officially when they clinch later in the season, I believe. So we'll
Well,
see.
time. Hold on. Who did you have passing him?
So, anything's possible, right, KG?
Like if you're thinking about the Pels in the Sacramento team, I don't know what you're thinking, man.
I was only thinking about the Pels.
Look,
Only.
the Pels messed up themselves, blown all those fourth quarter leads going into fourth quarter.
Well, I think they did a pretty good job last night. You want to talk about that?
Oh yeah, we could talk about that. Because let's be honest. Before we even get into the Pelicans, let's talk about this Timberwolves team. Since the second half of the season, especially since D'Lo has came back, their
yes.
stride has just
They were
I don't
playing so much better.
just some it makes you feel like you okay in terms of a sports sense. It makes you want to say, hey, I want to really go to Minneapolis. Like, you know what I mean? I really want to enjoy going to Minneapolis. Like, you know what I mean? In terms of a sports essence, outside of the sports thing, we're not going to get into that because it's not a political thing, but that's private. I'm just saying.
One. I was I was thinking about that at first, but then right before you said that, I was thinking about that. But secondly, somebody really want to go to cold ass Minneapolis? No, you don't.
Hey man, they look at the Timberwolves are having fun. You want to be a part of that a little bit. You just want to be part of that. Cat, D'Lo,
With all
Edward.
due, hold on. With all due respect, the boys not KG. With all due respect. Well, actually, I take that back. Well, no, I don't take that back. They're not KG. But in terms of, I think maybe down years, a few, maybe next year and a few years ago, maybe they could be attraction. That team, they do have some good. They do have a lot of great talent.
They better. We've been waiting for this for a long ass time.
But yeah, I think Anthony Edwards is really gonna be a star in this league.
Yeah. Anthony Edwards, Cat, D'Lo, stars, straight stars. But yeah, it was.
On.
Yeah, but yeah. I like the strategies making the season. I mean, yeah, in this game, it was a close back and forth actually.
Mm-hmm.
It was a close back and forth, and it just really got that deep because nobody had like a huge advantage or a huge lead or anything. Probably like the highest lead was probably like just 10. That's it.
Yep.
And it wasn't a huge advantage, but it was a back and forth in terms of buckets going down to the wire. Um, Ricky Rubio off a pass from D'Lo just hit a beautiful it was like a horse shot, like a shot that you take in the game of horse. He just threw that up the moment he got it from D'Lo, and he was able to bank it in. And it was from there. And I do not remember who scored on the Pelicans. I can't believe I missed that part. But it eventually went into an overtime, and then the Pelicans finally looked like they could close out the game for once. You talk about Zion, Zoe, all those guys, they were able to seal this game.
Wow.
Oh, actually, it was Hernan Gomez. He made he got a putback off of a miss in order to send it to overtime.
There we go. Yes, Willie Hunter Gomez.
Yep.
Yeah. Finally, the Pelicans with a good win. Finally, the Pelicans. Well, actually, it's not their first good win, but finally, them trying to hold on to a win late in the game. So good win against a Timberwolves team has been playing really well.
Yeah.
So I give him some credit for that. I'm not gonna make the playing game, but yeah. Uh, yeah. You want to talk about the new? Well, yeah. I'll spoil it. You want to talk about the new fifth seed in the Western Conference?
Yeah, let's talk about them.
You
Let's
seem
talk about
upset.
because whenever I think about them, it just especially I gotta think about the Blazers while I think about them too, because I just can't believe it, man. I just can't believe it. To go from being way above them to them just surpassing you.
Don't worry. Maybe another team might be in playing besides the Blazers.
Don't do that. Don't put that out there. Don't put that out there. Calm
What?
down.
Hey, I'm just saying. It's a possibility. It's a real possibility.
Yeah, but yeah, we gotta give it to those boys up in Texas. We gotta give it to those boys. I'm not talking about Houston either. I'm not talking about East Town. I'm
Or
talking
San
about
Antonio.
or San
Definitely
Antonio.
not talking about San Antonio. Not what we saw 2 days ago. But keep going.
Yeah, I'm talking about those boys down in Dallas, man. Man, they had it going. They had it going. They had a lot of momentum. They had it going, and then obviously this Wizards there, but they're going against a hot Wizards team who seems to have an edge, who seems to have their foot on the gas, like they're not letting go of nothing. And that's what they basically did within parts of that second quarter, and for like majority, not even majority, the whole second half. Basically the Wizards started to make their stride coming back through, led by Bradley Beal and Russell Westbrook, and it came down to it. And what had looked like Dorian Finney-Smith,
Yes.
it's a huge street to give Dallas the lead, and
Yes.
the Wizards with an opportunity to strike with fire. Bradley Beal with the ball, isolation, he's doing what we would usually see Bradley Beal do in those situations.
And then he fumbled the bag.
Yes, he fumbles the bag, but yeah, he gets back the bag. He gets back the bag and has a short but good window of opportunity to come up big with the bag and get some extra.
But then he fumbled the bag out completely.
Yeah. Just misses the shot. I believe it goes in and out. Luka secures the rebound, and as a result, the Mavericks it's game, and the Mavericks become the fifth seed because of their series lead against the Lakers.
Yeah, because they have a tiebreaker against the Lakers. Wow, what crazy! I wasn't even able to really catch the game.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, I really wish I did. But I saw some of that ending,
Yeah.
and man, I was thinking about it, having a little debate in my head about what the Wizards should have done. Because Luca had the ball,
Yeah.
and you got to give the attention to Luca.
Mhm.
Then you can't give up a three. But then at the end of the day, it's like anybody but Luca. So, are you satisfied with them getting a wide open three,
When
even if
you talk
if
about
it's
that
not
shot with
Luca?
Dorian?
Yes, for shot because Luca, because Hachimura came over to help,
Yeah.
which left Vinny Smith wide open in the corner.
Yeah. Just like you say, we always say mainly was offensive stars like Luca and them. You rather somebody else beat you on the shot rather than those guys, because those guys could get off a shot, and that they have a likely chance of making them because of who they are and how they know how to just create, and they just have a natural feel for or a natural knack of making shots regardless if it's tough or not. So
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, you're going against a Dallas team that has a good amount of sh- straight shooters. And Dorian Finney-Smith is not a shooter. Don't get me wrong. I'm not even gonna put that out there. Let's be honest. He's not a shooter. But yeah, when you're surrounded by shooters, you have to eventually shoot your shot at some point, and that's what he did. That's what he did. And you live with the result of that. You rather see it in his hands than Luka or Tim Hardaway Jr. for a fact, or
Yeah.
who else? Trey Burke was on the floor. I could be wrong. You rather see it in his hands than any of those other guys who for a fact, if they got an opportunity or window to create their own shot, they're going to do it. They're going to make it. So I know it's hard to make a decision like that, but I like the fact that he tried to play up on Luka because I'd rather Luka not have the ball within those deciding moments, and just Luka gets a foul call. So if Luka even draws a foul with whatever shot he tries to take, he gonna get it. So I just rather
You sure those 13 technicals don't say otherwise? Luka hasn't been happy with the rest of
yeah.
the
Yeah, I hear you on that one, but he's still gonna get it.
I think maybe a few years on his belt, he get more. But yeah, a great game. And you kind of you mentioned it, but not as much. Russell Westbrook got himself a monster game.
Oh yeah, hell yeah,
Monster game. Put up 42, 10 and 9, almost an assist. I know Russ Westbrook without a triple double. It's kind of weird. But yeah, it was unfortunate for the Wizards.
yeah, man.
Unfortunate. Luckily for them, though, they put themselves a little bit of a cushion between the Bulls and the Raptors, so it won't affect them that negatively.
Yeah, man. It shouldn't, man. But the momentum that they had, especially coming off a big win against the Lakers team, that even though they had Braun, was just really still good enough because they had
They'll
AD.
get it back.
Yeah,
They'll get the momentum back.
yeah, and I believe how many games did they win straight? They were on it. I know they were on
They won 8 straight.
with 8 straight. Like, you know what I mean? Finally looking like the wishes that we thought we wouldn't have seen in the beginning of the season. What happened? Like,
But
they
I
fumbled
mean,
the bag.
but they already lost prior to this. Before that, they lost
Yes, they
to
did.
the
They lost
Spurs.
to the Spurs, yes. They lost to the Spurs, and then the Spurs eventually blew their lead. But yes, but it's just like, they had this momentum. They're gonna come back. And look at it might be a little bit of games left, but hey, there's still games left. Just do not fumble the bag. There we go.
They have 3 games above the Bulls and the Raptors with 10 games remaining. So they just hold out. Just hold out, Wizards.
Well, yeah, man. Look at let me tell you something right now. No disrespect to Levine, no disrespect to Vucevic, no
Calm down.
disrespect to no disrespect to Van Vliet or Lowry or Mal P.
Come on, he's playing better.
Siakam. I just call him Siakam. I'm not calling him spicy. Siakam. I'd rather see Bradley, Bill, and Westbrook, like specifically those guys. No respect to anybody else on the Wizards, but Bradley, Bill, and Westbrook, I'd rather see in at least a playing game before I see any of those other guys. I'm sorry. I'm just being honest. And you know how much I love Zach LaVine too.
Yeah, I do. Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure those teams don't care about your opinion. They do not care what you rather see.
Well, the Bulls suck anyway, so it don't matter.
Don't do that. You see, and you say you just love Zach LaVine.
Yeah, I love Zach.
But you're not gonna make the playoffs.
Oh well, not my problem. He hasn't made. Well, he never made the playoffs, I think.
No, he hasn't.
Never been.
Vucevic has though.
Yeah, Vucevic has. And then won one game and then just got outed in the rest of them. Did it matter?
Hey, whatever. That was their finals. That one game, or rather, that was their Super Bowl because that was only one game. But Yeah. By the way, what
Please,
happened?
I know what you're about to talk about. Are you talking about what I think you're talking about? Or are you talking about a Ja?
I'm talking about Ja.
Oh yeah. Oh, what happened?
What happened in Orlando?
Oh,
Speaking of Orlando, what happened in Orlando?
I could tell you what happened in Orlando. Spring break went from Miami to Orlando. That's what happened. Spring break went from Miami to Orlando. I don't know what the hell happened. The Grizzlies had a really comfortable lead. They were up huge, and then the fourth quarter happened, and I guess they seen Mickey Mouse and the Disneyland and whatsoever, and like new life just came into them. The Nickelodeon studios down there, whatsoever, new life came into the Magic. They started going on that roll, and after what you thought was a potential game winner from Dylan Brooks, who had himself a good game, Lord and behold, here comes Greg Anthony's son.
The guy you took a picture with, you actually saw.
Yes, yes. I know that's crazy, right? I know, right? I gotta pull that up. I gotta pull that up. You know what I mean? But here comes Cole Anthony. Cold blooded, just hits the three with a tenth of a second to go. And bottom line is, Grizzlies suck. I don't know how you blew this, but they suck. You know what I mean? And that's your dark horse, not dark horse. That's your
My
surprise team.
surprise team.
That's your surprise team, man. And they did this to you. Why did they do this to you, Evan? Why did they do this to you?
Same reason why the Pelicans doing it to you. Listen. Grizzlies are gonna be fine. I'm not worried.
You're right. The Grizzlies are going to be fine. The Pelicans are not going to be fine.
Yeah,
That's
you stop believing in the Pelicans.
well,
That's great.
I
Look, my surprise team, the Grizzlies. I'm not worried. My dark horse is exceeding expectations. Your dark horse is
stop. You see, you didn't have to do that.
so at the end of the day, hey, who makes the better predictions? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, look at the only excuse I will make up for. I'm not making up no excuses for my surprise team because they just embarrassing. But for my dark horse, I got to make up the excuse that injuries happen. Injuries did happen. Injuries did happen. Come on now, don't do that. Dame was out for a good amount.
Ja Morant missed like 10 to 15 games, and the Grizzlies still stayed in it. Thanks, Dylan.
But you act like it's the Blazers stood out. The Blazers never
Thanks,
left.
Dylan.
But the Blazers never left.
They did leave into the plane. They did. They went to the plane.
Yeah, well, you did say that they went on a 5-game losing streak and lost 10 out of their 13.
Yep. Yeah. But it seems like they're back in the winning column.
Oh, it don't matter. They're still going to be playing in the playing game. But I think Dallas has too much momentum to let that go. So you suck. Oh well. Anyway,
yeah. Disappointing loss by the Grizzlies. Lose to Dwayne Bacon, Mo Wagner, and Cole Anthony off of a game winner. Not buzzer beater. There was 0.1 left.
Yeah.
But the game winner. Now, what the hell happened in OKC?
I don't want to talk. I don't.
The Pacers have the Monstars. Like, 57. 57. Where's the Jamal Murray footage when he was talking to Donovan? He said 57. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. After their game when he dropped it, he saw him.
The playoffs.
Well, hey, there's only one thing I can say about this. Time to move back to Seattle, baby, because I don't know what the hell is going on in OKC. I don't know what the hell.
Stop.
But it's time to move back to Seattle.
Listen, man, OKC's been hurt for the past like 2 months of the season.
Look, this is no excuse for what happened to them, bro. This is no excuse. We're talking about the 50,
no Dort.
What?
Dort wasn't playing.
hell is Dort gonna do? He's just gonna make it a 40-point blowout.
No, he's a good defender, so 25.
I give it 30, a 30-point blowout. Look, let me tell you something, man. This is a perfect time to make the adjustment. Just go back to Seattle now. I think it's time. I don't think anybody cares about Oklahoma. It's time to go back to Seattle. Oklahoma has diehard basketball fans. I know they are basketball county.
Exactly.
But it's time to. But Seattle's way too good, way too better, and way too media wise too good.
First of all, OKC ain't going to Seattle. They got like 1,000 draft picks in the future. They are not going to Seattle. Their future is young and bright.
Hey, young and bright getting blown out by 100. I can tell you that.
They're not gonna get blown out by 100. They just gotta underdeliver like they did with KD, Westbrook, and Harden. And then trade one of them away.
And make one of them become one of the greatest offensive players ever.
And then blow a 3-1 lead and have one of them join the other team.
And then make history and yet get beat by a rookie in the first round.
He didn't make history that year.
Oh yeah, he didn't make history.
It was against Houston.
Yeah,
they lost the first round. I guess you trying to disrespect.
Well, still lost to a rookie, so it don't matter.
Yep, still got sent home by Dame. All right, no news, right?
Nah, not that I know of.
All right, so let's go straight into watch there be news, and we just forget because we're terrible at that job. Straight into it. Prediction time, tonight's set of games, and it's looking like a pretty good lineup. So first, ABC 3:30, Battle of the Eastern Conference, the top dogs of the Eastern Conference, the Brooklyn Nets going to Milwaukee to battle the Milwaukee Bucks.
Brooklyn.
Milwaukee.
Is Giannis playing?
Oh yeah, that's true. But I was thinking in my head, is KD playing?
I still got Brooklyn regardless, to be honest.
Even if KD's not playing? I mean, even if KD's playing? Yeah, even if KD's not playing.
Even if KD's not playing? Well,
if KD and Giannis is not playing, I got the Bucks.
I still gotta go with the Nets. They got good amount of firepower to keep up with this Bucks team.
All right, we'll see. Let's see if Holiday can lock up Kyrie.
Yeah, I'm about to say the Holiday Kyrie matchup is going to be fun to watch. But Kyrie,
yeah, they'll underrate Holiday though.
Yeah, they will underrate Holiday, but Kyrie not getting locked up by Holiday. Did you see when Kyrie was struggling early in the season? Did you see the moves that he did to Drew Holiday though? He did a move, he did a couple of moves to Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday didn't know where he was, and Drew Holiday is talented offensively and defensively, and Drew Holiday didn't know where he was. If Curry's doing that same, what you think Kyrie gonna do then?
Same thing like Curry did. Moving on. Fast forwarding, NBA TV, 7:30. Blazers and the Celtics.
They got momentum.
Blazers got some momentum. They on 3-game winning streak.
Oh well, Tatum just gonna drop 50, so it don't matter.
Tatum is dropping 50. I don't think he's dropping 50. There's no way he's dropping 50.
Well, don't the Celtics won their last meeting anyway? So
yes, it was a close match. It was close though. It was a good game. I remember.
It was a close matchup, but let's see if they could get vengeance.
Yeah, we'll see. The Heat or the Hornets. Oh, by the way, last night we didn't mention Melo Ball returned. Melo returned. Up against Detroit.
Yeah, up against Detroit. Yep. And
it was nice to see him back. Hornets getting some of their players back. Hopefully they get Malik Monk and Hayward back too soon.
Yeah, it's nice to see Melo out there. His impact on the team cannot go unnoticed. Rookie of the year battle still, of course, going on between him, Edwards, Halliburton.
I don't think he wins it. I think he's been out too many games.
Yeah, but the media members don't care. It's Melo. He's still gonna get some love.
But we'll see.
Yeah, but you said
Yeah.
the Hornets versus the Heat. Well,
Yep, the Hornets versus the Heat.
the Hornets. Just look at.
Now Malik Monk not playing. It's different. Malik Monk, he's not playing.
Look, I don't know. I think the Hornets got the Heat's number for some reason.
Oh, he is playing.
Oh, so yeah, most definitely. Yeah, you see, the Hornets got the Heat's number, and he's been the main catalyst. Yeah, Heat, you suck also.
Well, I thought he was off for some reason. Nah, I got the Heat. I take the Heat. I take this game. It'll be
They
good
better.
for me. It'll be good for me if the Hornets win though. The Kings against the Mavs.
Oh, you mean Sacramento basketball team?
Yes. Correction. Sacramento basketball team against the Mavs.
Yeah. Well,
hopefully third time's a charm. Come on.
Well, the Mavs not making what happened to me last time happen again. So
yeah, we all said that last time, saying that it was going to happen. What last time happened, and it did 2 times. But yeah, I agree with you. Third time's a charm. We got the Mavericks. You got the Mavericks, right?
Yes.
The Knicks felt like haven't played in like 3 days. Going against the Rockets.
Knicks.
The Suns going against OKC. Chris Paul returning to OKC.
Well, the Suns better do what the Pacers did to OKC. I got the Suns.
That's not gonna happen.
Yeah, that's impossible.
Yeah, the Suns though. The 76ers going against the Spurs.
76ers.
And lastly, NBA TV 10 o'clock. The Toronto Raptors going against the defending champions, Los Angeles Lakers.
Los Angeles
Lakers.
Yeah.
It's funny. That was your finals matchup last year.
Oh yeah, I did choose Toronto.
Yep, you did choose Toronto, and they let you down. Marcus Smart. Oh, blocked by Smart. Marcus Smart was going crazy that entire series.
Yep, he was.
An OG and an OB.
And yep, OG and the more he changed the whole story, and then just went from nearly being a sweep to a 7-game series. Embarrassing.
Yeah, that man too. He played well as well. And Kyle Lowry played great too.
Yeah, but we're not gonna bring
edition playoff Lowry.
Yep, new championship edition playoff Lowry. But we're not gonna bring up
I see. That's why I try to move on. You got some hate in your heart for these players.
I don't have hate. I'm just being honest.
I'm gonna do a compilation of all your. I'm really gonna do a compilation of all your player hating moments.
You're not gonna be able to find a lot.
I guarantee you I found 10 minutes of it. I guarantee you. I can find footage 10 minutes.
Impossible.
Don't look it up right now.
Sorry.
But I think so. We'll see though. We'll see. Okay. Maybe we'll put a compilation out during the summer after the playoffs.
All right, let's see. You're not gonna find anything, but okay.
All right. He's Second City Saint. Okay. All right. Wrap things up. Final thoughts. Should we give our see if any changes on the seedings?
Yeah, go on ahead.
All right. I guess the month of May we just keep doing this every episode because it's gonna fluctuate. Yeah. As you mentioned earlier, of course, the Mavericks are the 5th seed now. As of right now, they do have a tiebreaker against the Lakers, because of their wins early in the year, even though they have the same record. Mavericks are the 5th seed. The playoffs will start now. They will be playing the Clippers, who lost last night, so they dropped from the 3rd to the 4th seed. And the Nuggets have their actually. Do the Nuggets have a tiebreaker? I think they do, even if they would be tied. But the Nuggets, therefore, good for them. They won't even have to worry about that as of right now. So it'll be the Clippers and the Mavericks, a rematch from first round Basically, how it was before was Clippers was the third seed, Mavs 6 seed, so they would play, and then still play, and the
Yeah,
Nuggets would play the Lakers. Just
yeah,
different, different charts of the seeding. And with the Jazz wins last night, they take back first place just because they have more games played. So
yeah.
yeah,
Well,
it's not really a big issue. Suns might take it back tomorrow. I mean tonight. But we'll see.
unless if they do some BS and lose, but yeah,
The Warriors moved from the 10th seed to the ninth seed with the win against the Rockets. Spurs dropped to the 10th seed.
obviously that's not surprising.
And yeah, besides that, everything else, all the playing matchups, all the playoffs matchups are very similar. And
Yeah.
going to the East, I don't think there was any changes made.
Not that I
Just
know. No.
yeah. So well, we'll see for how it looks after tonight's games.
Yeah. Let's see. Things could change again. Things is always changing the moment. One game could bump a team up so high and drop a team down so low.
Yep, it's the NBA and it's the home stretch.
Yep.
But all right, let's wrap things up. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to tune into tomorrow's podcast. Should like, share, subscribe, comment, all that. Give us feedback, anything to help support
Yeah.
the channel, and of
And of
course,
course, follow our G and our TikTok down in the description below and just have some fun.
yep. And I'm Evan.
I'm Ja.
This is Mind of Basketball Podcast.